A very good afternoon. Welcome to Premier League Live to kick off another Premier League weekend. And what a game we have for you to start this weekend. It's a Saturday lunchtime kickoff at Anfield, the home of the champions, as they welcome Everton in the first Merseyside Derby of the season. Two sides who've started the season relatively well, and they'll be hoping to come out with a positive result and the share of the spoils here this afternoon, and hoping for the bragging rights on Merseyside that has been very much read over the last few years. Also this weekend, Newcastle head to Bournemouth in that one as two sides from opposite ends of the country face off. Brighton face Tottenham in a very close battle there at the Amex. It is Burnley taking on Nottingham Forest, and after that close call with Liverpool last week, could Burnley get a job done against Ange Postecoglou's Forest, who thumped by Swansea with that late comeback in the League Cup in midweek? It's a London derby at the London Stadium, quite ironically. West Ham taking on Crystal Palace at 3 as well. Mess up there. There's a mess on the graphics. I do apologise for that. Wolves Leeds is a 3 o'clock kickoff, and Man United and Chelsea is a 5:30. We will have that as our game of the week this weekend. Fulham and Brentford is an 8 p.m. kickoff. They're just a little bit misscheduled. And then our two games this Sunday afternoon for you are Sunderland against Aston Villa and Arsenal against Man City. Those are the Sunday games in the Premier League. But to this Merseyside derby, and what a cracking afternoon it is going to be. Two huge games for you on LFS this match week, and we have got a lot of excitement around them. Of course, Everton, who've started the season relatively well, 7 points from their 12 games, just one defeat so far this campaign for Everton. For Liverpool, it's 4 out of 4. 4 wins out of 4, and all by late goals. That has been the theme of Liverpool's season, and let's show you kind of what that theme represents. This is Liverpool's late winners this season. Now, 81st minute was a general of where they were going into the last 10 minutes of a game, and what the scoreline was. Every single one of them was level at that point. Newcastle, of course, the 88th minute, that was a different one. But all the other ones, going into the last 10 minutes, were all level. Bournemouth 2-2, Arsenal 0-0, Burnley 0-0, and Atletico Madrid in midweek 2-2. Look at those full-time scores. 4-2, 3-2, 1-0, 1-0, 3-2. Unbelievable games, by the way, in this. And Liverpool, their mentality of going to the very end, and all of those goals, by the way, came in the 88th minute or later, and one in the 100th minute of the game, that Newcastle game, 100 minutes. So Liverpool leave it late a lot this season. They'll be hoping to get a great result this afternoon, and maybe some will be hoping a bit more comfortably. But it's a Merseyside derby. It's never comfortable in a Merseyside derby as the two sides come out onto the field. A quick look at my predictions for this weekend. I'm predicting a Liverpool win in the derby, Spurs to win away from home, Burnley to beat Forest, a draw in the London derby there at West Ham, Wolves to be beaten by Leeds, Chelsea to win at Old Trafford, Brentford to beat Fulham, Bournemouth to get one over on Newcastle, Sunderland to just edge out Aston Villa, and Arsenal to see off Manchester City in that huge game tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk more about that at half-time, but first we'll get the teams for this one, and then we will show you what happened the last time these two met. Let's have a look at the teams then, starting with Liverpool. Alisson in goal. Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk and Kierkegaard come into the defence. Bradley's first Premier League start of the season. A midfield three, very similar to last season. Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister comes into the side, and Dominic Szoboszlai. Cody Gakpo off the left, Salah off the right, and Ugo Ekitike starts up front. Isak and Wirtz both drop to the bench, but they are great options if Liverpool need them late on. For Everton, Pickford in goal. O'Brien, Tarkowski, Keane and Vitaly Mykolenko comes in at left back. James Garner moves into midfield after he was at full back for quite a few weeks. Idrissa Gueye alongside him. Dewsbury Hall in the 10, Ndiaye off the right, Grealish off the left, and Beto leading the Everton line. Travers, Patterson, Coleman, Asnow, McNeil, Dibbling, Alcaraz, Irabunum and Tierno Barry all on the Everton bench. As I said, the last time these two met, it was a man named Diogo Jota who made the red side of Liverpool a very happy side of Liverpool that day. Van Dijk. Robertson, nice headers, brought down well by Gravenberch, squeezes it through the middle. Jota to pick the second ball, nice 1-2. Diogo Jota dribbling through! That is some goal by Diogo Jota, dribbling his way through bodies, leaving them in his wake. And the Portuguese gives Liverpool the breakthrough in the Merseyside Derby. Just what they've been pushing for in the last few minutes. They've been knocking at the door. And Diogo Jota taking the door off its hinges and giving Liverpool the lead. Welcome back to Premier League Live, and what a last Merseyside derby it was. Of course, Diogo Jota's last goal of his life. That was ended in July, of course, and we will remember him and his brother, of course, who lost their lives in July. A very poignant moment at Anfield. You'll never walk alone, ringing around this stadium, as is customary on these big days. They had a big night in midweek, and they will have a very big afternoon at lunchtime, their first lunchtime kickoff of the season here, Liverpool. And as we get underway, that song comes to an end, and Diogo Jota and a banner of him with a Premier League trophy there in the Kop end. They're going to take a moment to remember those who have passed away, a number of people who have passed away recently. And we'll take this moment to have a pause in just a second. Thank you all for joining us, by the way, this afternoon. Andy says, I'm in, hi man, if the weather is bad, that will turn, and kind of always has favoured Everton. Over the years, a windy, rainy day, and Everton 1-1. Sometimes the football gods work like that. Yeah, they do. It's turned into a bit of a damp afternoon on Merseyside, but maybe some of the best derbies come from those types of days. Thank you very much for joining us. And not just another Andy says, afternoon, Kevin. Hope all is well. Yes, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in everybody joining us. Andy says, three Liverpool players in my FPL team. I hope they get a cricket score and keep a cleanie today. Well, who knows? I don't expect it to be a completely one-sided affair. I do expect this to be a very close game. That's why I predicted a 2-1. Liverpool love to win a game by a close margin this season, and that's what I went for. But we'll see if that comes true as that moment of applause concludes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Two games, as I said, for you this weekend here on LFS, both today, and our game of the week a little later on. We'll get to that at around about 5:20 this evening. But we're almost ready to go for the Merseyside Derby. It's Everton that kick us off. Liverpool kicking towards the Anfield Road end in the first half as tradition. And Everton trying to pump it down that left channel as Liverpool get an early throw. Well, they had an electric start on Wednesday night here, Liverpool. 2 goals inside 6 minutes gave them the lead against Atletico Madrid. They were pegged all the way back to 2-2. Going into the final 10 minutes before, as customary this season, a late goal won the game for the home side. Virgil van Dijk, the Liverpool captain, rising highest from a corner to make sure that his team came out with all 3 points to start their Champions League campaign. And we know what the deal is with Liverpool and late goals this season. We'll not egg it on, but it is quite remarkable how in all 5 games Liverpool have played, they've won it late. And late is putting it mildly. Very late is the right word and the right phrase for that one. Konate to Virgil van Dijk. And the crowd, despite it being a 12:30 kickoff, Saturday 12:30, usually you talk about a dampening of the atmosphere, it being a little quieter. It's not quite a night game. It's not quite the energy that you've had and the anticipation all through the day. It's still quite early in the afternoon, and the atmosphere might be a little bit drowsy. But you got to say, so far, the Merseyside Derby, no matter what time of the day, no matter when it's played, it's always got that excitement, that anticipation, and that added little bit of tension. As Pickford has the ball deep in his own box here. He's it out to the right side, and Tarkowski tried to get rid. Ugo Ekitike did well at blocking that out for the throw at the near side. Afternoon, Stephen. Thank you very much for joining me. Great to have you with us this afternoon. No problem, Stephen. It's great to have you with us. No pressure for anybody to chat as Ekitike skips away with the ball from Idrissa Gueye. Now to Mo Salah, who will lift it into the box a little low. Keane gets it away. And then trying to win it back there, Conor Bradley just bundles over the Everton players there. And Jack Grealish, I think that was, backtracking. Free kick to the Toffees. That was really good from Ugo Ekitike. The physicality just to win the ball back off Idrissa Gueye in the Everton half. His pressing has been impressive, Ugo Ekitike, since he's joined Liverpool. He's had a positive start, you got to say, to his Liverpool career. And some thought whenever Isak got into the team in midweek that was going to be the end of Ekitike. But of course Arne Slot wants to take it lightly. Both of these players will play a lot of minutes. And Isak still trying to get up to speed. And here, if he does come on late, that is some prospect. If Isak's got the energy he did on, like he did on Wednesday night, late in this game. Here's Kirkes breaking down the left, goes for the deep cross. Too close to Jordan Pickford, but nice movement from Kirkes down that left. He had struggled in recent games, Kirkes. Taken off in the first half against Burnley last weekend, and then was brought on late against Atletico Madrid as Robertson was given the start at left back in midweek. But he's back in the 11 today, Milos Kirkes. And Joseph Roos is finished 1-0. I'm guessing from the way you've wrote that 1-0 to Liverpool, but we'll see. Milos Kirkes will take this Liverpool throw in then. Up and into the air by Gravenberch. And Gakpo trying to bring it down, but not able to keep it there as Njai tries to break away. Spins his way through, but a nice block by Gravenberch. Picked back up by Dewsbury Hall. Lots of Liverpool players in and around that area. And Kirkes committed and winning the ball back there. Strong defending from the Liverpool left back, and Alexis McAllister there to win the throw in down that left hand side. Had to work for that one, Liverpool, but they came out with it. Yeah, no problem, Joseph. Sometimes you get it, they kind of, some people write it like 1-0 and then put the team afterwards, so you never really know. But yeah, I was suspecting that the way you wrote it, it would be the home team would be obviously on the left hand side. Ekitike, lovely little close control, feeds it off here. And Bradley finds the ball through to Salah. To 4-on-4 here. Salah trying to work it through to Bradley. Made the run, but he wasn't on the same page as his right winger there. And that's cut out by Everton as Konate muscles. And they win the ball back again, Liverpool. Salah. Everton wanted a foul. Gravenberch comes away with it now. Swings it out to the left-hand side. Finding Gakpo. Cuts onto his right foot. Cuts it back to Gravenberch. Bradley, Gravenberch out wide to the left as Kirkes. Fluid from Liverpool. Gravenberch to McAllister. Now Conor Bradley. To Salah, hugging the touchline on that right-hand side. Dribbles it inside to Szoboszlai in the box, who works it back outside the box. Now to McAllister. And Ekitike. Very fluid movement from Liverpool. No one staying in the same position. Dragging Everton players, trying to drag them out of position. McAllister. Not much joy as McAllister hits it right at the referee, who will call for a drop ball, but the referee definitely had enough time to get out of the way there. Not the most agile there, the referee. Referee this afternoon, by the way, is Darren England. VAR is John Brooks. Salah whips a ball in off the head of Tarkowski, and Gakpo had a chance to shoot there. Couldn't get the contact on the ball. He does bring it down. Kirkes back to Gakpo. Drives inside. Not much room to manoeuvre there with O'Brien right on the back of him. Liverpool keep the possession in the Everton half. Everton sitting deeper, waiting for their opportunity. Van Dijk. drifting forward here a little bit. Finding the ball to Bradley. Pokes it through. Nice layup by Gakpo. Finding Ekitike. Can't breach the box. Ekitike tried to fire it through there, but it was well blocked. And Everton now try and counter with Grealish. He tried to battle, and in the end tried to win a foul as well. And didn't do so. Throw into Liverpool far side. Well managed there by the Liverpool players. Szoboszlai and Ekitike very heavily involved there. So here is Dominik Szoboszlai. Probably been one of Liverpool's best players over the last few games. Arne Slot just unable to drop him at the moment. One of only a handful of players that have played the last 3 games and started them. Here is Gakpo trying to go with the 1-2 with Kirkes, just about linking it up, and then cleared away by Iliman Ndiaye. Tries to send Beto on a run. It was a nice idea, nice ball, but well marshalled there by Ibrahima Konate. Excuse me. I feel like my voice has got very groggy at the last few minutes there. Don't know why. Who knows? That's a nice ball out to Gakpo. Bit of space to run at the defence, and he tried to make that run. Just took a heavy touch there. The Dutchman. That's gone for a goal kick to Everton. Well, Liverpool have lost just one of their last 28 home games against Everton in all competitions. Winning 17, drawing 10. And winning each of all of their last 4 in a row, Liverpool, since a 2-0 defeat here in February of 2021, of course, in the COVID season. Only from February 1933 to January of 1937 have Liverpool ever won 5 straight home matches against the Toffees. And Bradley there has to clear his lines. Down that right hand side, out for the throw. Long throw down that left side. Grealish again went over a little easily. And the crowd not happy with that. And neither is the referee, Darren England. We see it again from the throw in. Bradley barely touches him, really. I mean, there's barely a lean on Grealish there. There's nothing in that. Nothing in that at all. That's a lovely through ball here. And Kirkes has come very central here. Finds Gakpo into the box. Gakpo a little bit of an inch of space. And was well charged down as he tried to get the shot off. Kirkes made a very central run, which is unorthodox for a left back, as another Everton player goes down, in Ndiaye this time, but the referee again having none of it. It's now the 3rd time that an Everton player has gone down and the referee hasn't given a foul. Letting things flow at the minute, the referee. And the visitors are not happy. Ball into the box here. Gravenberch with a late run. Oh, what a goal! Ryan Gravenberch has given Liverpool the lead in the derby. Fabulous from Liverpool. Great ball in, great late run from Gravenberch. All the talk about him being a number 6. Well, a late run into the box, like a great number 8 or number 10. And he's given Liverpool the lead. Fabulous half-volley finish. Looping it past Jordan Pickford. And it's breakthrough for Liverpool. That is fabulous from Ryan Gravenberch. Can we see it here? The foul that they wanted Everton. It's a great touch by Cody Gakpo, never a foul. And Liverpool play on. And look at this, Gravenberch goes unmarked. The ball comes out to the right side. He's charging through. Great ball by Salah. And a fabulous finish by Gravenberch. Some strikers would be absolutely over the moon with that type of finish. Absolutely fantastic. On the bounce with his right foot. Off balance. And absolutely sinks it into the onion bag. Past Jordan Pickford. Liverpool 1, Everton 0. And that is a fabulous goal. I mean, the way, the technique, the quality you have to get that goal, to get that shot as clean as he did, off balance, the ball going away from him, everything against him in that moment, and he still makes it work. Liverpool 1, Everton 0. Fabulous from Ryan Gravenberch. And the crowd singing his name in response to what a goal that was. Yeah, Gakpo has started well in this one, and then he's the one that wins the ball back that gets Liverpool up the field. And they wanted the foul, Everton, on Gueye. It's never a foul. It's a clean challenge by Gakpo. That's a lovely takedown by Ekitike. And they're in again here, Liverpool. Gakpo just clipped at the heels there by Gueye, who did well to win it back off Gakpo that time. And then Grealish couldn't keep the ball in play with the sheer pace on it. And it's a Liverpool throw. But yeah, Gakpo has started well. Looked a threat down that left side. And that is now the 39th game in a row that Liverpool have won, or scored in, sorry. I mean, a remarkable record. As I said, it still stands at just one Premier League game that they failed to score under Arne Slot. And that was at home on match day 4 of last season against Nottingham Forest. They lost 1-0. That's the only game that Liverpool have failed to score under Arne Slot. They've scored in every away game. That's the thing that takes me by surprise. They've scored in every away game. That's unbelievable. Gravenberch pinging one out to the right flank, but he's pinged was the right word because he absolutely flew that one forward. Too far for Mo Salah that time. Andy says, who assisted? It was Mo Salah. What a ball by Salah. It was good movement. So Liverpool win the ball back through Gakpo. They recycle it through the midfield, and it comes out to that right-hand side, that flank. Salah hugging the touchline again on that right side. And Gravenberch, the gap in the Everton defence right in the centre is huge. Gravenberch just strides. He's not running. He's not doing very much. And he's just slowly jogging his way into the box. And as he arrives, that ball from Salah, who spots his run, is fabulous. As Liverpool win the ball back again here up the left-hand side. The ball in is fabulous and the finish is unbelievable. But it's Salah on the getting the assist. Absolutely quality. I mean, both the ball for both the cross to set up the chance and the finish are absolutely world-class technique. It's just gorgeous. And that's the start to the derby Liverpool would have wanted. McAllister laying it off there to Ekitike, who was just hounded as he arrived into the box, given no space at all. And again, away by Jake O'Brien. Commanding header won by Van Dijk, and a loose ball that Ekitike pressures Tarkowski into giving back to Jordan Pickford. He sends it flying long again. Konate wins the first ball. Guided by Gravenberch onto Szoboszlai in space now. Salah to his right, finding Salah up against Mykolenko. Salah chops inside, cuts it back. Szoboszlai headed away by Tarkowski. Throw into Liverpool on the right hand side. And they know they're in a game here at the minute, Everton. Under the cosh a little bit in these early moments. Salah. Linked ball here. Falls to Salah! He tried the effort again to that top corner. And it just went wayward in the end. But it's worth a hit from Mo Salah. Yeah, he takes it. Just arrives beautifully for him. Strides onto the ball. Waits for the moment for it to settle. And he has a go with his left foot. Just skims over the crossbar. Not too far away. Thank you very much, Andy, for that. Yes, do hit the like button. If you're enjoying the stream, do hit the like. It does massively, massively help us. It does. And if you can do that, it's free. So there should be no reason why not to. Thank you very much indeed. For that, and also subscribe as well. We're very close to 30,000 subscribers, as Alisson there feeds that one out, a little bit loosely given to James Garner. And Liverpool trying to seal that one off, puts it out for the Everton throw down that right side. Does Connor Bradley. A goal inside 10 minutes for Liverpool. And they've dominated this game early doors, over 70% of the possession. There's a commanding ball over the top there. Just too high and too far away from Beto on that occasion, and Alisson is able to just gather comfortably. Just another Andy says, I have Salah as captain too. Hat-trick, hopefully. I also have Salah as my FPL captain. But I do nearly every week, because I'm like, there is going to be one of these weeks where he's going to explode. And it's just Mo Salah. So you never know. And it will always be the week that you take him off as captain, or you take him out of your team, that he produces. So I just want to keep him in there, just for safety. Because when Salah's in your team, more often than not, he's going to get some sort of goal involvement, or at least something to give you some points. He more often than does, and he's already given us an assist inside 10 minutes. So the evidence backs up the decision making. That's a nice turn by Szoboszlai, finding Ekitike, who's a little deeper for a centre forward, and he's breaking forward, but he's well challenged as he arrived to the edge of the D there. Again, strong defending against Ekitike, and again, Bradley doing fabulously there against Grealish, but the referee does say foul. I think that one was a little soft, if I'm honest. Certainly Grealish trying to target that, winning those free kicks off Conor Bradley. Pickford goes long again. Beto will try and make it difficult, but Konate knew his keeper was there, and Alisson gathered comfortably again. Here's Gravenberch to Szoboszlai. Down to the right comes Salah. Salah feeding it through for Bradley on the underlap. Back to Salah. He rolls it back to Szoboszlai. Now to Gravenberch. Van Dijk. Switching out to the left-hand side. Gakpo. In behind it goes. Finding Kirkes. Back to Gakpo. Fullback's getting very high for Liverpool. Gakpo gives it back to Gravenberch. Fires it into Gakpo. Nice little cut back. And the shot from McAllister. Falls now for Bradley on the follow-up. Blocked by Micholenko. And out for the Liverpool throw on the right side. It's almost like they're 2 steps ahead, Liverpool, at times here. They know where they're going to pass in 2 or 3 passes time. And that's what making it so fluid. Their movement, it's like they're little chess pieces and they're just moving beautifully in between the lines. And playing nice passes. Making it work at the moment. Here's Gakpo drifting into the box. Puts a ball in. It's a decent ball, but it was headed away by Michael Keane at this near side. As Kirkes all over the back of Iliman Ndiaye. Trying to win the ball, but that's going to be a free kick. A little bit too much holding there from Milos Kirkes. And he says Salah, fingers crossed for Salah. Haaland has to be next week captain solely, but I wouldn't sell Salah if I could help it. Salah 6 points a week, man. Yeah, definitely. Consistency for Salah is just off the charts when it comes to FPL. As we hit the 20 minutes, and as I said in midweek, and as I say today, Diogo Jota, remembered always at Anfield. He was the man who gave Liverpool 3 points in the home derby last year in April, en route to winning the title. And he will be never forgotten at Anfield or by any Liverpool fan around the world. Forever the number 20 in Liverpool red. And his goal, his last goal of his life, and as a Liverpool player, was a true Diogo Jota type goal. A fabulous goal in the derby to make the difference earlier this year. And the crowd singing along to the anthem of Diogo Jota. Beautiful, beautiful again from Liverpool fans. Long throw into the box there from O'Brien. Headed away by Ekitike, and Salah flicking it further clear. He's chasing the ball here to press Everton backwards. All the way back to Pickford as Liverpool try and push out now. Pickford tries to send it long down to the right channel. O'Brien wins his header. Nicely taken down by Dewsbury Hall as O'Brien there. Across the byline, or the touchline, sorry, down this right side. That's a Liverpool throw. Andy says they're better without Wirtz on the pitch. Sadly to say, I don't like big moves that don't get in the sides for any football player. I think, for me, there is an element of one, we've noticed that Wirtz has at times struggled with the intensity, and that's normal to struggle with the intensity. The Bundesliga is a different style of football, a different way of playing football than the Premier League. Premier League's high intensity, constant pressure. That's a ball in behind here for Beto, which Konate had to deal with. And he did deal with it well, did the Liverpool centre-back. We see this again. I don't know whether Beto was offside or not. I don't think he was. He was well onside, and Konate knew that. And he had to get over there and deal with it, and that he did. It's a little bit of an awkward ball in behind the Liverpool defence there from that throw, and Konate just did enough to see it behind for the Everton corner. So halfway through the first half, Liverpool 1, Everton 0. Everton with their first corner of the game. I think the first corner of the game, if I'm not mistaken. It is. Left-footed delivery, deep from Dewsbury Hall. Punched away by Alisson. Not very far away as it's now sent flying by Virgil van Dijk. But I think for Wirtz, it's just Liverpool, the midfield for Liverpool. And I think this was forgotten a lot. As we'll get to that in a moment. As here come Everton again with a shot from distance. Nicely blocked by Szoboszlai, and it might turn into a good chance here for Liverpool. Salah holds it up beautifully. And now Szoboszlai, it's a 4-on-3 here for Liverpool. Salah down the right side. Can he find a man? It was blocked. It deflected. Another shot. This one on the half volley from Gakpo. Bounced off the turf and over the bar. Again on the counter there. Beautiful hold-up play by Salah. Nicely created by Szoboszlai. Feeds it out to Salah. Salah cuts back on that right side. Body's in the box. He tries to lift it to the back post. Deflects off Mykolenko and drops for Cody Gakpo, who takes it on the half volley but just kind of catches the upside of the ball. And it bounces off the turf and over the bar. A reminder for you, as I was saying about Florian Wirtz there, I think people forget how fluid and how strong the Liverpool midfield were last year with McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, and how fluid and how well they played together. And I think when Wirtz came in, it was like, yeah, he goes straight in. And I think a lot of people forgot of how much that trio in midfield made Liverpool last season, how impactful they were and how Liverpool played and moved the ball from back to front. And I think a little bit of a break-up in that. Wirtz created that little different dynamic in the team with the way that Liverpool had been playing in the midfield, and I think it just made it a little bit more of an adjustment for Liverpool rather than anything else. And it's something they will get used to. It's something that he will figure out and that Liverpool will become more accustomed to in time. But I think it's one of those where I think a lot of people have just overreacted a little bit when it comes to, oh, Wirtz has been rubbish, Wirtz hasn't scored, Wirtz hasn't assisted. I'm like, and? Neither is Milos Kerkez, neither is Jeremy Frimpong, neither is a number of the other players, and you're like, but it's his price tag. And I think his price tag will give him a lot of pressure. But at the end of the day, he's young, he's talented, and he's in this team that is destined to grow and become better, which is a scary prospect for some teams, that Liverpool are deemed to get better than what they already are. But I think Wirtz will come good. There's no doubt about that, in my opinion. McAllister there, slightly caught by Iliman Ndiaye. Two number 10s going at it there. I hear you, Andy. I think I'm more comfortable with my FPL team this week. I gotta say, I brought in Antoine Semenyo this week, and you know, I know Bournemouth have Bournemouth and Newcastle's a tight game, but I think Antoine Semenyo could be the difference maker in that one. And I'm confident with a number of other players that I have. I think I've got a Fulham player in, and a number of other players where I'm like, I'm happy that you're there. Go and do the job now. That's the way I'd see it. Whereas in the first number of weeks, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. Here's Grealish down the left. He's fed it through for Dewsbury Hall, who's absolutely skied that one behind. First real moment we've seen from Jack Grealish down that left-hand side. It's a very tight space. He does really well to drag, I think it's Gravenberch, into the challenge. It is. And he gets the little bit of space that he needs, Grealish, breaking in behind. He drags in Bradley. And then Bradley dragged in further ahead, and then Gravenberch on the cover, dragged in as well, and Grealish gets around him, and then Dewsbury Hall tries to fire it into the net, but sweeps it round the back of the Liverpool goal. Everton, wouldn't say growing into the game, but maybe showing one or two glimpses of what they're capable of. As Kirke's lovely little fake there to break away, and he was brought down in the midfield by Iliman Njai, who gets a yellow card. Yeah, he just drags Milos Kirkez back there. Iliman Njai gets the first yellow card of the derby. Gravenberch. Of course, the stat that everybody loves coming into this game is this is the derby with the fixture in the Premier League with the most red cards in its history. I do have the stat with me because when you have a Merseyside derby, you have to mention this because of how dogged it used to be. A little less so than recent times. Actually, if you remember the derby at Goodison, the final derby at Goodison last season, if you remember it, it was a chaotic game and red cards after the final whistle, if you remember. McAllister and Sobersley, lovely little 1-2 there between those two, and it's fed out here in behind for Ekitike. 2-0. That's gorgeous. It's not a surprise that it's the two midfielders of Liverpool linking up again, and the ball through in behind for the striker that started incredibly in Liverpool red. Ugo Ekitike has doubled Liverpool's lead. Quite sweetly, fully composed from the Liverpool number 22. And that is another one in red for him. He takes a bye to the Anfield crowd. Take a bye indeed. Again, it comes from a loose transitional ball brought down by Sobersley and McAllister. Fabulous combination. And then this through ball is gorgeous from Gravenberch. Fabulous ball through the lines. It's the midfield of Liverpool again making the difference. Beautiful weighted ball in behind. Ekitike takes a first touch. Low, hard, underneath the Everton goalkeeper. 2-0 to Liverpool. Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And that is his fourth for Liverpool. Ugo Ekitike. If Alexander Isak's going to get into this team, he's going to have to match Ugo Ekitike's numbers because he's firing them in at the minute. Liverpool 2, Everton 0. And he just looks so composed in that area. I mean, I think that's the one thing that we've said about Ekitike to start this season, and how well he's played, how calm he's looked in front of goal. And you kind of look and go, a lot of strikers, I mean, Liverpool fans don't need to look back too far. Their last number 9 that came in before Isak and Ekitike, Darwin Nunez, and he was chaos on legs. And I think it was, you never knew what was going to come from, whether he was going to fire it in, low and hard, put it wide, miss an absolute sitter. But Ugo Ekitike's got that air of composure around him that every time he gets on the ball, he doesn't panic, he doesn't look flustered, he just looks locked in and what he needs to do, and he finishes 9 times out of 10. And that is exactly what Liverpool need, is that clinical nature, because at times last season they weren't clinical. You know, at times that they were creating so many chances, they couldn't find the net and put the game to bed. And so far this season, at times they just haven't put that game to bed. And I think Ekitike can be a massive benefactor in helping Liverpool to do that. His composure is just absolutely, and the quality of the finish as well goes without saying, but his composure is what strikes me the most as to what one of his best qualities is for Ugo Ekitike. You see a lot of strikers get flustered in those areas and kind of fire the shot or overhit it to make sure that it goes past the keeper, and then they miss the chance and miss the opportunity and don't take the goal that they probably should get from that sort of area. And it's just the composure of Ekitike is just gorgeous as Bradley wins a free kick off Vitaly Mykolenko. We have scuffle down that side for Liverpool, and Bradley does really well holding off Mykolenko and then getting the little shove, which allows Darren England to give Liverpool the free kick. Sent long again, Salah to hold it up again, and he's come away with the ball past Tarkowski here. Just undercooked it towards Gakpo. Gravenberch gets it back, battling with his head as it's bounced in behind Mykolenko here. Ekitike on the scene, and just his presence there of Ugo Ekitike forces the clearance to put it out for the throw-in to Liverpool. Of course, his first ever start in the Merseyside Derby for Ekitike. Amongst a number of Liverpool players here, Milos Kerkez as well, getting their first starts in a derby. A lot of the Liverpool players know this derby inside out. None other than Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Alisson. Some of the most experienced in these games, in these moments against this opponent. But you got to say, you know, Everton have played really well this season, and I think, you know, a derby is a leveler in any sense, but Liverpool have been excellent to start the game. I gotta say that they've battled physically and kind of in terms of their quality on and off the ball, but in terms of the 50-50s, they've won a lot of those as well, Liverpool, and in derbies you have to if you're going to get any sort of positive result. But I think, if I'm honest, Everton, without taking this game into account, they've started really well. You know, 2 wins, a draw and a defeat from their first 4 games. You know, an Everton side that were battling relegation before David Moyes came in, and he's really settled this club, and he's got them into a place where they feel that they've got positivity returning to Everton Football Club again. And, you know, that opening night defeat away to Leeds, it could have been a real derailment. A newly promoted side losing. But they've gone unbeaten since, you know, 3 wins and a draw in all competitions since then. And I think they're on the upward trajectory, Everton. No doubt about that, in my opinion. And I think David Moyes is the perfect fit for them at this moment in time. Certainly. A loose ball there from Beto, who was dropping deeper as Ekitike comes away with the ball. Tried to get Gakpo on it, but a really good challenge by Gueye there, denying the Liverpool players a chance on the ball. It's now fed through to Gueye. He's got Kerkez in his wake. McAllister dropping in as well. And that's recycled back into the midfield for Garner. Gueye to O'Brien wide. Inside to James Garner. Gueye. O'Brien, and then works it back. Liverpool taking a little bit of stock at the moment. Sitting off and waiting for their moment to just win the ball back. Garner pokes it out wide to O'Brien again. He's going to go for the early cross. It's found its way towards Dewsbury Hall, who was battled there with Gravenberch, and the Beto ball didn't quite get anywhere near past Alisson on that occasion. Thank you all again. Do hit that like button, as Real English and Andy are both saying in the chat. Thank you very much indeed for all getting involved for this one. A Merseyside derby that is going rightly for Liverpool at the moment. And do hit that like button if you haven't done so already. That would be so greatly appreciated. If we can hit a target, I'll set a target. I don't often set targets, but if we can get to 30 likes by half time, that will be amazing. That'll be unbelievable if we could get to that. I don't usually set barriers, but I kind of feel like, let's take it. Come on, the energy's here. You're all enjoying this game so far. I am enjoying it for more than one reason, but we'll not go there. But yeah, a good game so far. I gotta say, Liverpool at times have done well, as I said, both in and out of possession, and I think they've stifled the Everton threat in moments. Well, that was a terrible ball by Alisson. Could be commentator's curse there. Gueye down the right hand side. He's worked the ball into the box, and Beto has skied it over the bar. Alisson there, a little bit lack of concentration. He fired the ball into the midfield and put too much on it for Alexis McAllister to get anywhere near. Liverpool almost paid the price for that little mistake, but a rare mistake at that from Alisson. And he says, oh, you're talking to him. Well, so far, the stats read as you would expect in Liverpool's favour, 62% of the ball. So Everton have had more of the ball in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes since we last told you about the possession. But Liverpool lead by 2-0, so that's not a massive issue. But 62% of the ball. Their XG 0.73, so they're slightly over performing their XG at the moment, Liverpool, but most teams do overperform their XG because of the quality of the players in their team. 6 shots, 2 on target. That's the crucial point. They've had 2 shots on target, Liverpool, and 2 goals. That's a fabulous ball by Szoboszlai. Just couldn't be taken in by Conor Bradley. It's a little bit ahead of the Northern Irishman. Grealish wins it. Grealish lays it out wide. Mykolenko with a dink cross, and Gueye was back there. Good defending by Kirkes and headed away by Gakpo and followed up by Ekitike. Everton maybe getting a little bit more positivity here in the last few minutes. O'Brien whips it in, away by Van Dijk, and out for the throw-in down the left-hand side. I didn't get to my red card point earlier, did I? Trying to see where I put it. There we go. Everton Liverpool has seen more red cards than any other fixture in Premier League history. 25 in Premier League history. That's unbelievable. 25 red cards. And there's that Van Dijk and Tarkowski, 2 billowing centre-backs. Crazy physicality between those two. 2 of the most physical in the Premier League, and Darren England has to have a chat with both. Both the captains of their respective teams, of course. Virgil van Dijk's having a little giggle with James Tarkowski there. Throw into Everton, far right side. Long throw in by O'Brien. Up and away at the near post by Kirkes, who rose high there. And Van Dijk in behind, held off Tarkowski and allowing Alisson to retrieve the ball. Well defended for Liverpool on that occasion. Bradley to Gravenberch. McAllister back to Ryan Gravenberch. Since I've learned how to pronounce his name, I love saying it now. Gravenberch. Salah down the right hand side, dribbling his way in and around the bodies, but took too much on there. Salah well defended in the end by Everton, but Salah did just enough. As Bradley again a little bit overcommitted. Grealish not happy with the referee not giving Bradley a yellow card. Grealish letting the referee know how many times. But I think that's a little over-egged there, if I'm honest, from Virgil van Dijk there, winding up James Tarkowski. Lovely bit of banter that is. Gotta love those moments. Free kick here for Everton. Just as we enter the 40th minute of the game, or 41st minute it would be. 5 minutes of the first half to go, plus the additional. Liverpool 2, Everton 0. It's been all Liverpool so far. It's gone all Liverpool's way at this moment in time. Goals from Ryan Gravenberch and Ugo Ekitike to give Liverpool the 2-goal lead. The first one scored by Gravenberch. The second one set up by Ryan Gravenberch. It was fabulous in midweek. And he's got himself a great start in this one. A goal and an assist for a defensive midfielder is nigh on unheard of in the Premier League and in any football game really nowadays. I would equate it to kind of... Oh, that was another darted ball. Liverpool, a few of those darted balls into the midfield, and it's just a little bit unnecessary in those moments. Konate did it that time, and it almost looked really poor, really sloppy there. I think they just need to stay composed here, Liverpool. They just can't think that they're going to waltz their way through. And I don't think it's been cockiness that's kind of got Liverpool. It's just a lack of continuous concentration, switching on. And I think Arne Slot made the comment, as Everton get a free kick here, just inside the Liverpool half. Arne Slot made the comment in an interview recently about how no matter what the scoreline is, they always need to play like it's 0-0. And I think that's a really good mentality, as the free kick punched away by Alisson as it enters the box. And Salah always a threat off the back of the Everton players. So it's fired back into the Liverpool area. Away by Van Dijk, falls for Gueye. Down the right side, chops onto his left. Finding Dewsbury Hall, who's beaten to it by Gravenberch. And the through ball there went through the legs of Bradley, just getting its way to Grealish. Bradley again under pressure. Grealish blocked there on that side by McAllister as it goes behind for a Everton corner. Having pressure at the moment on him, Conor Bradley. Started strong, but Grealish maybe starting to get a little bit more into the game. Upping his tempo a little bit against the Liverpool right back. And Everton with another corner. And the second corner, Liverpool haven't had a corner in this first half so far. Everton with the only 2 corners of the game to this point. James Garner to take this corner, left side. The number of bodies in there. He's got Grealish, so he wants to go short. He does go short. Grealish drifting into the box, cuts it back for Garner, who will pile drive one, blocked by Ekitike and fired away by the Liverpool striker, who's back there doing his defensive duties as well. Fired forward again by Pickford. And Gravenberch there to commandingly win the header, but it goes out for an Everton throw. Just short of 2 minutes to go in the first half, and O'Brien to take another long throw from this right side. I'll get to the comments in a moment for you. I'm not ignoring you. It's just a lot is going on at the moment. It's got just a Gueye whips in, away by Bradley, looking for a second ball, and Szoboszlai comes away with it, and he sends it in behind for Salah on the run. It should be Pickford favoured to get to that one. Just about, and Pickford calmly does well to feed it out to his teammates and find Idrissa Gueye. Now Tarkowski, further up the field than he was earlier in the game. Everton have come out a little bit more. They've got no choice now but to come out against Liverpool. They were sitting a little deeper early in the game. They were trying to contain Liverpool, but that didn't work after just 10 minutes, and then they added a second Liverpool, so Everton have got really nothing to lose by going at Liverpool here. As Alisson fires away, taken down by Salah, who felt he was fouled and held by the defender Mikolenko, but the referee sees no issue. It has Salah up in arms. Good block there on this side by Gravenberch. Out for the Everton throw. Last minute of the half then. Andy says... I'll get down there in a minute. Real English says, so many of the channels are watch-alongs and not much commentary, which is what I'm here for. So far, the best commentary on offer that I've found. Thank you very much, Real English. That's what I've tried to do. I think we see a lot of watch-alongs, and it's kind of just people just sit and react into the game. And it's kind of like, that's all good, but I want to commentate. I want to tell you what's going on. There's no point in you watching this if you don't know what's going on. And you might be watching the game as well as this, and that's great too. We can have a kind of discussion on that. But people that just sit and watch the game, I mean, some people like that, some people like commentary. Here's Everton in behind here, falls for Idrissa Gueye, and the loop on the shot kind of allowed Alisson to come across and gather it, but should have been better from Idrissa Gueye. Again, they drag Liverpool out to that side. Everton, good cut back, and the shot is just in the air and kind of ballooned and spinning away from goal, and it allows Alisson to retrieve with the pace just coming off the ball from the Idrissa Gueye shot. Ekitike does well, holding off his man. Nice little 1-2 between him and Gakpo. Ekitike back to McAllister. In the last 5 minutes, Everton have had over 70% of the ball, so they've been threatening a little bit more. No joy at the minute, as there's the half-time whistle. And a first half that is going all Liverpool's way, really. I think the performance from Everton in the last 10 minutes will please David Moyes that his team are still in this mix. But it has been Liverpool that have taken grip in the derby and have a 2-goal lead at the break. Ryan Gravenberch scoring the first one fabulously on the half volley from a Mo Salah cross. And then he set up the second one, did Gravenberch, when he fed through Ugo Ekitike, who slotted underneath Jordan Pickford to add a second to the Liverpool lead. Half-time in the Merseyside Derby. It's Liverpool 2, Everton 0. We'll analyse this game in just a few minutes. Do stay with us.
Sure, one last kick. This is gonna be it. This is the moment. Vicario kicks this. And Liverpool are there. Liverpool are Premier League champions. And there it comes. Crystal Palace, for the very first time in their history, are FA Cup winners. Oh, he's found the net. Oh, what a goal. Kvaratskhelia is through, wants to add a fourth, and does so. Ahmad, oh my goodness me. That is absolutely unbelievable. Race again. Oh! You thought he couldn't beat the first one. He's gone and bettered it. Another whip ball in. The header is in by Virgil van Dijk. Incredible.
Welcome back to Premier League Live. Half time at Anfield. It is Liverpool 2, Everton 0 in the Merseyside Derby. A good number of minutes to come before the second half gets underway. We can't show you the fixture list because it's a little bit messed up, but we will fix that for our later game. But the fixture list is correct on the left-hand side there. Some games to come for you a little later on. Brighton taking on Tottenham, Nottingham Forest heading to Burnley, West Ham against Palace in a London Derby, Wolves Leeds as well, all at 3 o'clock. We'll give you the full updates of all of those games and all the goals and all the action in our 5:30 game, which is our game of the week this week. Is at 5:30. It is Manchester United against Chelsea. Really looking forward to this one a little later on. Of course, Man United in desperate need of some positive results. And after that defeat in the Manchester Derby last weekend, it is a need to return to positive ways for United at home. And for Chelsea, a defeat in the Champions League in midweek to start their Champions League campaign under Enzo Maresca. Kind of humbled a little bit, but it was away at Bayern, as tough a place as you can go in the Champions League. 3-1 loss for Chelsea. Want to get back to winning ways, certainly in the Premier League after they drew last weekend, if you remember, that long ago. And that is our game of the week at 5:30 this afternoon. Right, a quick look at the first half, and I got to say, a really composed first half from Liverpool at times. I think they came out really quality. I think the first 30 minutes they had every kick of the ball that they needed. Everton offered nothing in the first 30 minutes, really, of any great note. I think Liverpool started really strong. They built to that first goal, and that goal from Gravenberch, beautifully taken. Fabulous little finish with his right foot, just sweeping it over the top of Jordan Pickford into the far left corner. And that gave Liverpool the boost. Inside 10 minutes, taking the lead. And then they grew and grew more into the game. They became more threatening. They were creating more chances. And then that second goal came. Ekitike again. Gravenberch involved. The midfield of Liverpool involved this time. Szoboszlai, McAllister, then Gravenberch, who just fed it through for Ekitike, who finished really coolly and calmly underneath the goalkeeper to make it 2-0. And I think that really categorised how well Liverpool were playing in that moment, but also the composure of the players and kind of the confidence level of the players at this minute in time for Liverpool. Although people talk about the late goals, but they've scored a lot of goals this season already, Liverpool. You know, before today, 9 in their first 4, so that's a decent level of goals in the Premier League up to this point. They've kept a couple of clean sheets as well and scoring more in midweek. They have scored, 2 goals in the majority of their games, at least 2 goals in the majority of their games this season, more than likely 3 goals in nearly every game. So I think Liverpool, more often than not, are finding the net consistently, and it grows confidence in the team that you always feel like, no matter what situation you're in, you always feel that you've got a goal in you, and I think that will breed a lot of confidence. But at half-time, I think Everton, the final 10 minutes or so of that first half, they slightly showed a little bit more pressure, a little bit more positivity, but I don't quite think they got to that next level where they were starting to create good enough chances against Liverpool. I think if they can get to that level, the game is still very much on, but I think if Liverpool continue where they were in the first 30 minutes of the game, I think this will be a simple result. But again, it's a derby, anything can still happen, and we're only halfway through it. And we know with Liverpool games, it's not done till the final whistle. Right, a reminder for you that our game of the week, Man United against Chelsea, is on the way at 5:30. Second half at Anfield is on the way next. Do stay with us. Welcome back to Premier League Live. Half-time, Liverpool 2, Everton 0. At the break, Everton going to make a change at half-time. Beto's going to be coming off, and Tierno Barry is coming on. So it's changed at centre-forward for Everton, looking to have more threat further up the field. And a straight swap at the top end of the pitch. Liverpool kicking towards the Kop end in the second half. And Liverpool will get us back underway then for the second period here at Anfield. And we will see what either side can produce. I was just hearing a stat there a moment ago. Liverpool have never lost a Premier League game at Anfield when leading 2-0 at the break. 121 times they've led 2-0 at the break in the Premier League era, and they've won 118 of those 121 times. Only 3 draws. And that was a lovely little scorpion little flick by Ekitike. In the end, it wins the Liverpool throw-in, but nice little bit of skill that got the crowd happy. Ball fired out to the left here for Gakpo for Liverpool. Kop end that produced some magic moments already this season. It's Kirkes, nice little bit of dribbling, finding Gakpo. Gakpo going around the outside, finding Iliman Ndiaye in cover. Gakpo back to Ekitike. McAllister to Kirkes. Gakpo there wanted a foul. Felt he was held, but the referee said no, as Everton pressed. Back there, O'Brien under a lot of pressure. No out ball. And it goes out for a Liverpool throw. That was a good press by Ekitike and Gakpo. They knew they weren't getting the free kick, so they decided to press the Everton out of play and win the throw in instead, Liverpool. Life says, I do worry for Liverpool defensively. They only have 1 clean sheet this season. Not many clean sheets for Liverpool this season. They kept one against Arsenal here and then Burnley last week, but that's 2 in their last 2 Premier League games. Ekitike, lovely little flick. Van Dijk kept it alive, but couldn't get it back into the mix. Goal kick from that throw-in. And I think I can see your point, definitely. Liverpool conceding more than 1 goal in a few games this season. Newcastle, Bournemouth, Atletico Madrid in midweek. But Bournemouth was the first game, so they expect them to be rusty. Newcastle away was terrible. That was just one of those games that was just like an awful, horrible game for to try and be a defensive player in. And ultimately they won it. But again, 2-0 up against 10 men and threw it away nearly, Liverpool. So that was a little bit of a worry. But I think they've become stronger, certainly league-wise. Certainly against Arsenal was probably their toughest test of the season, albeit at home. But I think in terms of balanced quality, in terms of the 2 sides, I think on that day it was very even between the 2 teams. And I think on that day it was a bit of magic that won Liverpool the game. I didn't really see Arsenal scoring in that game. They had 1 chance, and I think it was from a corner. I didn't think Arsenal were in the mood for scoring that day. And I think Liverpool defended excellently that day. So I think there are moments in games where Liverpool won't keep clean sheets, Liverpool won't look strong defensively, but I think the vast majority of the time their defence is strong. And considering the fact that it's a lot of change in this team, you know, of course the 2 centre-backs remain the same, but the full-backs are different. Maybe the way the manager wants to play with the full-backs is a little different to maybe last season. So there is adjustments as well to come into it. But I think, without making excuses, yeah, Liverpool have been poor in moments, certainly defensively this season and in certain games. Here's Grealish up against Bradley. This is a test again. Bradley struggled a little bit towards the end of the half against Grealish after he'd started quite well against him. Grealish holds the ball up there, gets it back to Gueye. Out wide to Vitaly Mikalenko, who will fire into the box, but away by Van Dijk. And Tarkowski, a little bit of a heavy touch there, which allows Ekitike to apply the press, and the ball goes back to Jordan Pickford. Ball in behind there for Dewsbury Hall, but just a little ahead of him from Tarkowski. Yeah, nice idea. Tarkowski made the ball. It was a good idea, good delivery of a ball, but Dewsbury Hall made the run. Just a little bit ahead of him in the end, the ball, and comfortable for Alisson. Little less pace on it, a little less distance on it, and it could have been a threatening ball. Certainly a very threatening one. I think Liverpool expect that with Everton, those longer balls over the top, running in behind the defence from those attackers. So far to this moment in time, they've dealt with that well. Liverpool, the keeper's been very alert in those moments as Alisson delivers out wide to Salah. Goes over the head of Salah, but Szoboszlai keeps it in play, but can't keep the possession as Keane was right on his toes there. Pickford sends it flying. Good header there, one in the midfield, and Konate tried to battle. Caught a little, but Van Dijk there to sweep it up for Liverpool. Salah. A little more pressure from Everton. It's making it a little more of a tight game. As Van Dijk's ball somehow misses a few Liverpool players. A little bit of a scrappier start to the second half, and that's better from Dewsbury Hall. Now Tierno Barry. Down the left-hand side comes Grealish. Grealish off the left side. Body's in the way as he tries to cut it back to the edge of the box. No chance there. That was a poor ball by Gakpo. Liverpool under a little bit of pressure at the moment. Grealish down this left side. Cuts it back to Idrissa Gueye. And nicely measured by Gravenberch to get that one away. As Ekitike laid it off for Gakpo. Again, a little bit too eager to get forward, Liverpool, and leaving the spaces in the middle. And Everton winning the ball back again. Not able to get out at the moment, Liverpool. Now they have resettled the ball. Gravenberch out to Salah. We're going to just recycle the possession at the minute, Mo Salah. And that's really smart from the experienced man. Times there, the Liverpool players were just trying to burst forward a little bit too quickly, and it was allowing Everton to win those in transition moments. Win the ball back and put the pressure right back on Liverpool, but it was fantastically well marshalled by Mo Salah just to settle the game and give Liverpool the possession again. Konate to Connor Bradley. Joseph says finish 3-0 or 4-0 surely. Well, it all depends on what the next spell of this game goes. We've seen Liverpool 2-0 up, and the visiting teams or the opposing teams have clawed it all the way back on a few occasions. The next goal is massive. If Liverpool get it, surely they would feel that they could be across the line at that moment. But at 2-0, we said it's cliche, it's the most dangerous scoreline in football. You think you're home and hosed and dry at 2-0 and you've got that 2-goal lead, and then the other team score a goal and it's right back in the tender hooks again, and they've got the momentum. That's a ball by Mykolenko down the left channel. Dewsbury Hall coming out to this side now. Gravenberch tracking out with him. The ball trying to find Mykolenko on the inside run, but Liverpool measure that one well, and Szoboszlai was there. Salah tries to find it in behind for Ekitike. Good header by Tarkowski, but Salah does well on the return, and so does Gravenberch. That was better from Liverpool. The ball didn't go quite their way, but they recovered it well and recycled to keep the possession. Gravenberch. Nice little pocket of space he picked up there, finding it out wide to Ekitike, who's come to the left. He's got Gakpo in the centre and Salah in the middle. Cuts it back for Gravenberch. Now McAllister to Szoboszlai, back to McAllister. And now Kirkes. Liverpool in the right end of the field for their fans. Here's Ekitike off the left. Chops under his right foot. Ekitike has another go. Blocked in that side. Bradley keeps it alive. Now to Salah. Salah lifting it to the back post. Ekitike calling for it. But the ball from Salah just a little bit too heavy. And it goes behind for a goal kick. Andy says Liverpool are not playing brilliantly, and still winning. That form wins leagues. They definitely have another level in them. You need a little bit of luck to stay up and a bit of luck to win a league. I agree with that. At times you do have to ride your luck a little bit. And you work for it. I think luck comes into it slightly, but I think perseverance is more important. You make your own luck in football. That's what I say. It's the fact that Liverpool go to the finish line, no matter what the scoreline is. Just so happens this season that they've needed to go to the well on a few occasions to win games, and nearly every occasion to win the games of football. They've persevered. Here's Jack Grealish. As Everton try and get back into this game. Gueye, it's a much more balanced game in the second half. So far in the first 9.5 minutes we've seen, As I said, in this tender hooks type of game, the next goal is crucial. Here's Grealish. Out wide it comes to Mykolenko, cuts it back. Now the shot from Dewsbury Hall. It's well blocked by Konate. Everton trying to scramble their way into the box, and Konate there to clear it away out for the throw. Mykolenko to Grealish, driving. Stops in his tracks, feeds it back inside to Ekitike. And Garner. Liverpool deep and settled in their shape. Mykolenko wide, goes for the early cross, away by Konate. Held up by Ekitike. And now the ball fed out to the left channel. It's a tough one. It's got there by Gravenberch, and he couldn't play the through ball. Well blocked by Michael Keane, but he's got it again, Gravenberch, and he's fed it for Salah, who takes the touch. Salah! Not much pace behind it, straight at Jordan Pickford. Great touch, great flick to take it away from the Everton defender in the first time. The finish just didn't have the pace on it from Salah there. It was a fabulous ball again by Gravenberch this time. And Bradley does well to see out Jack Grealish on his left-hand side. Yeah, it's a lovely ball by Gravenberch. Lovely first touch by Salah. Absolutely sends Mykolenko, creates that half bit of space. And the shot was just simple enough for Pickford, but a bit more pace on that. That could have been a threat. Barry laid it off to Grealish. Garner. Now across to Dewsbury Hall. Tarkowski to Keane. Very high up here, the Everton players. Trying to squeeze Liverpool. Ekitike tussling in against Iliman Ndiaye and forces the cross, which was dealt with by Alisson. It was a difficult one, but he dealt with it. And now he's trying to send away Ekitike there, Alisson, sorry. It's usually Salah in those positions as Liverpool win the ball in the midfield. Advantage played by the referee as Bradley was fouled. And Liverpool just taking stock once again. Another little sloppy ball from Liverpool. They've not held much sustained pressure on Everton. There's not been major pressure on Everton so far in this second half. I think Liverpool just need to push themselves up the field a little more. Here's Grealish. Goes for the deep cross. Ball across. Shot. Goal! Great goal. And it's Everton that get one back. Ekitike has fired that one in. And you felt it was probably coming because Everton have started the second half the better. And they've got their goal to take for it. Great finish. And the derby is well back on here at Anfield. Liverpool 2, Everton 1. See this again. It's Grealish down that left side. It's a lifted ball. It's not dealt with by Liverpool. And then it's falling to Ekitike. Not covered well enough in the box there, you got to say. Spaces galore. And it's a fabulous cracking finish. Great finish. Just away from Alisson. And that's the goal that's got Everton back in the game. We said the next goal was crucial. And it is the blue side that get the goal back. 2-1. And they knew they had to get it, Everton. As I said, if Liverpool got that third, it surely would have been game, set and match. But it's far from that now. Ekitike scrambling there and winning the throw-in. Everton, the Boyd, at that goal that could give them momentum. And we're going to see Liverpool make some changes, which is not a major surprise. The 60 minutes, Curtis Jones, who's back on the bench today after having a little injury, he's going to be coming on, as is Florian Wirtz. So a double change coming here for Liverpool in a moment. Van Dijk back to Alisson as Everton feeling that they can apply a bit more pressure. Gravenberch to Van Dijk. Kirkes down the left again. Everton first to that ball, but the ball through was straight at Van Dijk. He was trying to send it flying down the left channel. First header won, second ball brought down by Ekitike, but again a poor ball, a poor connection from Liverpool. Just lost their fluidity at the moment, completely. Unable to get 2 or 3 passes together at any consistent basis, Liverpool. Konate wins his header, brought down by Bradley. And Connor Bradley will get the throw-in. There is a throw-in, but it's going to be to the visitors. Or it's going to be to Liverpool, sorry. Right, double substitution. So Gakpo's coming off. Wirtz is coming on. So Wirtz will go to that left-hand side, you would suspect. So Wirtz on for Gakpo. First time Wirtz has come off the bench for Liverpool. And Curtis Jones making his return to the Liverpool side. He's coming on for Alexis McAllister. Double change. Add some extra bodies and some fresh legs to the Liverpool side that need a little bit of an energy boost at the minute. Need something to give them an extra little bit of energy and try and get themselves back on top of this game, because at the minute, despite leading, they feel at the minute the energy's just been zapped from Liverpool a little bit. The momentum is with Everton. Konate fires down the right channel. Salah tries to take it in, but couldn't on that occasion. Everton get the throw. Long kick by Pickford. Right to the left channel. Header won by Grealish, and Alisson was committed, and Alisson gathered on the follow-up. Ball into Jones, nicely held. Back to Konate. He's pinged that one out wide to Szoboszlai, but couldn't keep it in play. Again, Arne Slot asking for a bit more of his team. And you can understand why. They've just gone off the boil here, Liverpool again at 2-0. Liverpool, at the minute, the personification of 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline in football. They personify it more than anybody else. Salah, that's lovely. Wirtz, lovely close control. That's better from Liverpool. Ekitike to Kirkes now, who will go for the early cross. It's Szoboszlai, tries to take it down. And well blocked. It will get Liverpool a corner. Beautiful from Kirkes. Great defending from Mykolenko to block that Szoboszlai attempt of a cross. If it got across, Salah was in the middle. And it's well defended by Mykolenko. And out for the Liverpool corner. Their first of the game. Not been many corners so far. Everton have had the only 2 corners before this one. Both in the first half. And Alex Isak is going to go out and warm up there. I wonder when he will come on. He will come on, but I wonder when. Szoboszlai will take this corner. Right footed, it's low. It's cleared away at the front post. Bounces back to Connor Bradley. Swings it out to that right side again for Szoboszlai. Back to Gravenberch, and now Connor Bradley again. Curtis Jones. Bradley to Gravenberch as Everton slowly step out. Liverpool keep bodies up there. Gravenberch gets the ball into the box. Flick on from Van Dijk. Took a deflection of Tarkowski. And that will be a corner. I've got to say, that Everton goal, despite Liverpool off the ball a little bit, it was a fabulous finish by Idrissa Gueye. Really top quality goal. As all 3 goals have been really top tier finishes. Now Liverpool corner on the left hand side. 6 Liverpool players in the box, including their 2 centre backs, as Szoboszlai comes over to take this corner on the left side. Szoboszlai, right footed, lifts it high, too high, as there was a body down in there, a foul on Everton. Free kick. Andy says Beto went off, made Everton a little stronger. I agree with you. I think since coming on, And Tierno Barry, although he's not been majorly involved in everything, he's just given them that little extra bit of physicality in the final third. And it's just kept things alive a little bit more for Everton and getting them someone more involved in the game to hit. And he can also drop a little deeper as well. Tierno Barry, he's not just centred at sticking to that centre-forward role. He can drop a little deeper, as Liverpool are going to make a change here. They just made a double change and they're going to bring on Alexander Isak in a moment. What a player to bring off the bench with 25 minutes to go in a game. And you would suspect maybe, or you would definitely suspect Ugo Ekitike being the one to come off, as Bradley was caught there by Garner, and he takes the free kick quickly. Liverpool not waiting around. Weerts gets off his man. Weerts again tussled and goes down wanting a foul. The referee saw no issue on that occasion as Kirkes tried to win the ball back. And the ball back to Pickford from Everton as he sends it long. Konate winning the header. No one winning the second balls for Liverpool at the minute. That's where I think the difference has been made. The midfield of Liverpool in the first half, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister, were all winning the second balls from those long kicks. And that's what just got Liverpool back into the game. They've given a throw in there, the officials. Jack Grealish wanted a corner, but I think the second balls is where I think Liverpool need to just recycle it a little better and be better, because at the moment... Did he run it out of play? Yeah, that just crossed the line there. That's a throw in. It wasn't too far away from being a great moment for Grealish to win a corner, but he just run it out of play a little bit too long. As Alexander Isak will enter the fray here in a second. Started the game in midweek. And some roar from the Anfield crowd as he's going to enter the fray. Ugo Ekitike, who has found the back of the net today. A great goal in the first half to give Liverpool a 2-goal lead. Beautifully taken by the Frenchman underneath the goalkeeper and slotted into the far corner. Really nicely taken goal. And he's going to be replaced here by Alexander Isak. Salah cut back as Szoboszlai sent it flying. It's a testing one. It's not bounced in towards Pickford. It looked for the moment that Pickford wasn't going to come for it, and the ball bounced nicely for him. He just take it down in his own box. He sends it flying right to the area that it was initially sent from, and Konate won the first header. Again, the second ball not won by Liverpool. And Iliman Ndiaye trying to dribble through. Here's Grealish. Liverpool in a bit of bother again. Grealish across, back post. Idrissa Gueye again, and Barry was in the mix, and Alisson tries to clear it. And the foul given as Barry came right through Alisson there. It's definitely a foul. Again, it's the second balls for Liverpool. I've said it again. That long ball from Pickford. Konate wins the first header. But the second ball, Everton win the ball and they drift forward first time. Alisson did just enough to get it clear. He did clear it, Alisson. But he was just completely backed into and thrown to the ground, really, by Tierno Barry there. He had no chance, Alisson, at staying on his feet in that one. I'm not one for giving goalkeepers fouls too often. That one, you couldn't avoid it. It had to be a foul. 22 minutes to go. Liverpool 2, Everton 1. A tight game, as you would expect in a Merseyside derby. It wasn't tight in the first half, but it has been in the second. Liverpool trying to make the difference. Salah. Out wide it goes to Szoboszlai. Showed a bit too much as the body's in there, trying to win it back for Liverpool, and they were all just a little bit on their heels there, Liverpool, as they thought they were going to keep the ball, and it's given away. Grealish drifting into midfield, brought down, free kick. Szoboszlai this time committing the foul, and he's going to get a yellow card. Yeah, just slightly caught there. Dewsbury Hall and Garner are the two that are going to be over this free kick as we edge towards the last 20 minutes of this Merseyside Derby. Free kick to Everton. Take it short, out wide to go to Grealish. And they're going to take it again. The referee wasn't ready. David Moyes is having none of what the referees just said. It's not a Merseyside Derby without a manager gobbing off at the referee. You gotta love it. Garner delivers in this time, and the header takes it behind for a corner off Konate. Yeah, they went short than the one that they had to retake, Everton, and they tried to make it different. Gone into the box directly this time and get the header off Konate that puts it behind for the corner. That seems like a mismatch. Weerts against Keane. See this. Liverpool defend this corner. Dewsbury Hall would have taken the right hand side. More tense and nervous around Anfield. Ball into the box. Up and away by Konate, and trying to win the ball on the edge there, Liverpool, but Gueye brings it down. Nicely won back though, and now they try and spring away, Liverpool. They've got options. Here's Salah. It's a 4-on-3. Salah through to Florian Weerts. Weerts takes the drag back. Showed too much to Tarkowski, who came sliding through to deny him a chance to shoot there, the German. Great counter-attack by Liverpool. Weerts cuts back just a little bit heavy, but it's fabulous defending from Tarkowski. It's actually not a bad touch, but Tarkowski comes shooting in. And there was no way Weerts was getting a shot off there with Tarkowski crashing through. And that's going to be a Liverpool corner. Thank you everybody for liking and subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. Szoboszlai to take this corner for Liverpool. Right hand side. Right footed delivery. The header is bounced and cleared off the line. Konate's header. Cries a handball, but I don't think there's going to be one of those. It cleared away off the line there from Everton. A great header. Flicked forward again. Salah there on the scene, and Weerts will take it down. Two bodies in the box. Weerts going to wait for the overlap to allow him a little bit of space to find Szoboszlai, who was caught by James Garner, and a free kick for Liverpool. See this again. Up the header from Konate, and Grealish was in the right place at the right time, because I don't know if Pickford was going to reach to that one. I don't know. It's definitely not handball. It's off his chest. Great defending from Grealish off the line. Had to make it. A commanding header from Ibrahima Konate. It was a defensive header from a corner that added a third Liverpool goal at Wednesday night. They almost got a third goal from a defensive header from a corner from Konate this time, but cleared off the line by Grealish. Free kick here for Liverpool, right 30 yards out. Szoboszlai over it again. This one a little bit to the right from where the one that he had against Arsenal from this range. I don't know if he's going to go direct this time though. You never know. Looks like he's eyeing up for the shot here, Szoboszlai. If he does and finds it, that'll be unbelievable. Or is he going to try and sneak it? He is going to hit it long, and he just hits it over the crossbar there, Szoboszlai. He's got the opportunity. He's able to do it. He's got the quality. We've already seen it. Just gets it up and high. Just can't get the dip on it quick enough. Had some pace on it though. It goes behind for a goal kick. Konate wins his header there. Again, the second ball won by Everton, but Liverpool do take it down in the midfield by Curtis Jones. Isak. Out wide to Kirkez. To Jones. And now Gravenberch. Into Curtis Jones, who's broke away and now finds it in behind for Isak. Narrow angle. Difficult one to try and take control of. Bounces behind for a goal kick for Everton. The idea was there, just a little bit too much for Isak to take down. A reminder for you, one more game coming up for you later on this evening. Our game of the week is at Old Trafford. Manchester United taking on Chelsea. 5:30 kick-off this evening in that one. And we'll have updates from all 4 3-o'clockers, the full-time scores and a full conclusion of those games in our 5:30 stream a little later on. Long ball from Pickford. Van Dijk won the first header, brought down by Salah on the second ball, who was absolutely taken out there by Mykolenko. That's definitely a foul on Salah, and Liverpool not waiting around to take this free kick again. Kirkes feeding into the box. There was no one there, but Mykolenko's kind of hoof with it, kind of sliced it. Corner to Liverpool. Kirkes whipped it in. There was nobody in there in red, but you never know what can happen. And the slice from Mykolenko puts it behind for the corner. It's the 4th Liverpool corner now. All 4 have come in the last 10 minutes. As Isak and Van Dijk in a little conversation there to try and figure out what they're going to do from this sort of corner. Konate's there as well. Szoboszlai to deliver, right-footed, up and headed away, and Everton are going to get a free kick in there. The referee spotted a foul. See it again. Yeah, Tarkowski goes down under the challenge of Kirkes, but I don't know if O'Brien might have pushed him into them, but it was a bit of a calamity. Everton get the free kick. Pickford out wide, finding Mykolenko. That's a lovely takedown. He had the space to do it. Now Grealish breaks away, goes back the way though on this occasion. Trying to find the extra space to feed the ball to Dewsbury Hall. Well challenged by Curtis Jones, but Salah kicks air. Salah trying to come away with the ball as he was surrounded by a few, and it's a real melee of bodies, and it's Grealish that's gone down and gets the free kick. See it again. Salah was in the mix there, as comes Jones, and Jones just a little late on Grealish. I don't know what it is about Jack Grealish, but he entices fouls. I don't know how he does it, but players just want to kick him. I don't know what it is. He was a little late there, Curtis Jones, but he wins free kicks galore. It's nuts. He's done it all the way through his career. As Everton again want to take a free kick, and they're not allowed to, and it's going to be a yellow card for Dewsbury Hall. I'm really baffled as to why that's happened, but Kieran Dewsbury Hall's been given a yellow card. Well, it's the second time they've taken a free kick and had to retake it, Everton. The referee wasn't happy with the first one earlier on. They've retaken that, had to retake that one, and now Dewsbury Hall's been booked. I'm guessing he's been booked for taking the free kick too quickly more than once. Yellow card anyway. I don't know if they can get a yellow card for that. Didn't know that. Free kick taken short again by Everton. Out to the right side, fizzed into the box. Header away by Konate, but not many Liverpool bodies out there to try and recover the ball, and Grealish again was slightly caught by Bradley again. And it is a free kick from the foul by Bradley, but there's not much in it. See this again from Grealish. I mean, he's a little late. He does catch him, but very little in it. It's Jack Grealish again, though, winning those free kicks. I mean, it's crazily his best quality at winning free kicks. That's a never heard before quality in a footballer, but he wins them consistently. It's unbelievable how he does it. Free kick for Everton here, and those free kicks keep Everton right in the mix here. 11.5 minutes to go. Liverpool 2, Everton 1. Garner and Dewsbury Hall to take this free kick. They're going to take their time to make sure the referee wants them to take it when he wants them to take it. It's Garner. He's going to whip it and try and go direct, but he's fired it wide from that long range. Not a bad effort, but just gone wide. Got his angles wrong there on that one. A reminder of all the 3 o'clockers that we'll be analysing for you a little later this evening. Brighton hosting Tottenham after Tottenham got their first Champions League win under Thomas Frank in midweek at the first time of asking. They head to the south coast to face Brighton. Burnley take on Nottingham Forest. Burnley, who held Liverpool right to the 95th minute last week. They take on Ange Postecoglou's Nottingham Forest, who were dumped out of the cup by Swansea. They were 2-0 up in that game, Forest. They ended up losing 3-2 to the Championship side away from home. It's a London derby between West Ham and Crystal Palace. West Ham in desperate need of some positivity around their stadium. Haven't picked up a point at home at all this season. Have West Ham, and they take on a Palace side who look and sound strong. They start European football in a few weeks' time, as there's an offside flag there against Tierno Barry. And Wolves taking on Leeds. Wolves side who've been pipped for relegation this season take on a newly promoted side in Leeds at Molineux. Wolves, who haven't got a single point from their first 4 games, they take on a Leeds side who have lost both of their away games this season. The last one was quite painful. It was an own goal in the 94th minute that won the game for Fulham last Saturday. Leeds looking to maybe bounce back from that. We'll analyse all of those games, the goals, the action, all the drama, when we show you the game a little later on, 5:30 between United and Chelsea. Here's Bradley. Liverpool 5 goals after the 80th minute this season. All of them have been very important at trying to win games of football. Only one of them actually haven't been a winner, because the only other goal that didn't turn out to be a winner after the 80th minute for Liverpool this season was Mo Salah's 4th against Bournemouth, as Viet's there dragging back a Everton player and getting himself a yellow card for that. It's been definitely a much more tentative second half here at Anfield. That's a lovely win back by Curtis Jones, and Isak tried to play the ball through. Great block in there by Everton, as Gueye and Van Dijk kind of fell over each other there. Konate gets it back to Alisson. Alisson firing out to the left channel. Header won by O'Brien, nicely worked into the midfield for Idrissa Gueye to bring it down. To Njai, back to O'Brien. Now Tarkowski. Now to Garner. Dewsbury Hall. Keane to Tarkowski. Gueye firing a hopeful ball forward, and Van Dijk does well to recycle it. Now Isak's laid it off to Szoboszlai, and Szoboszlai trying to roll it in behind for Salah, but Pickford came flying and sent it away from danger. That was great goalkeeping from Pickford there, as Grealish tries to win a corner. He handled the ball out for a throw-in to Liverpool. He was trying his best there to win a corner there, Jack Grealish, to make sure it went out for the corner, but in the end Bradley does enough to get the ball off him. Calls a handball from Arne Slot there, but just a throw-in for Liverpool down that right-hand side. 7 minutes of the 90 to go. Bradley sends long after a little link-up with Gravenberch. First and second ball won by Everton, but Garner went over. Szoboszlai and Jones negging up nicely here. Szoboszlai down the right-hand side to Salah. One moment could change this game for either of these two teams. Jones, nice little run from Weerts in behind. Weerts with a nice touch, cuts it back here. Szoboszlai trying to work an angle. Took a heavy touch and allowed Everton to get the first contact on that one. It's Bradley up against Garner. Tried the reverse ball through, but even faked his own team there, James Garner. Now the Liverpool crowd want to see their side take grip of this game to the final whistle now. So the clock ticks down. Jones in behind for Isak. Too much from Curtis Jones, as Pickford was quick to that and alert, and Isak had no chance of getting anywhere near that one. You're completely right, Andy. The tactical subs, the way the substitutes are making a difference in the Premier League. A lot of the teams are so closely battling, so closely fought, that I think any game could go any way. And that's what makes it such an incredible league this season, is that no one is miles above anyone else. in terms of their performances. Liverpool have been right in the mix with a lot of teams, but in terms of results, it's Liverpool that have come out the better to this point. Oh, an awkward little bounce there from Mykolenko, and it allows Isak to pick up the loose ball. Isak drifting into the box, rolls it in behind for Salah. Fabulous challenge from Tarkowski, and the flag was up anyway against Salah. But Tarkowski didn't know that at the time. Yeah, Salah just offside. Not by much, but he was offside, and it's a fabulous challenge by Tarkowski anyway. Nice attempt of a ball by Isak. Salah just held his run there. It could have been a corner for Liverpool with that Tarkowski challenge, but now it's a free kick to Everton, who are going to make a double substitution. And we're going to see Iliman Ndiaye. He's coming off. Tyler Dibbling coming on in his place. And also coming off, we saw a double substitution there. Carlos Alcaraz is on as well for Everton, and he has replaced Vitaly Mykolenko. So Mykolenko and Ndiaye off, Dibbling and Alcaraz on for Everton. Attacking changes, as you would expect at this late stage, to try and get that second goal to tie it up here at Anfield. That's their attempt. As Grealish has the ball taken off him by Szoboszlai, who tried to run through another body down there in Garner, but he couldn't get past him. Wins the throw in though, off James Garner, who's dropped in at left back now. Throw by Bradley. Salah held up there, and Bradley battling. Ball won for a throw-in down the left side. It's an incredibly tentative game at this minute in time. Incredibly tentative, right on the knife edge. It was nicely won by Liverpool from that Everton throw. Van Dijk back to Kirkez, who goes back to Alisson. Swings it out to the right side. Szoboszlai's flick-on header was a little bit wayward. Bradley was trying to bring it down, and Szoboszlai got there first, so a little bit of a loose moment from Liverpool again. Those are the moments that Everton want to try and take advantage of. Grealish played the ball through, but a good challenge by Gravenberch. He's been quieter in the second half, but has had more defending to do than anything. That's a lovely win of the ball by Idrissa Gueye. And now here's Grealish, rolls it round the corner. Idrissa Gueye into the box, trying to force it through. Good block by Bradley. Gueye lays it out wide to Dibbling. Back now to Dewsbury Hall, whips it round the back, and that's a good header by Kirkez. Had to make it. Sneaking round the back was Jake O'Brien. It's going to be a throw into Everton on the far side. Going to be a long throw from the right side here for Everton. 2 minutes of the 90 to go. O'Brien will take this long throw. He took a couple in the first half. He will take one from this right side here. Long throw into the box. Up and away by Kirkez at the front post. O'Brien and Alcaraz try and keep it alive. O'Brien does keep it in play, and he will whip the deep ball in. It's not cleared away by Szoboszlai. He did get his head to it. Alcaraz tries to recycle it, but Salah gets the block to take it away. One back by James Garner. Everton trying to pose a threat here. Carlos Alcaraz from a deeper position. Finding Idrissa Gueye. Bodies hanging up the field, including their centre-backs, Everton. Here's Grealish up against Bradley. Grealish trying to get it across. Blocked. Falls to Idrissa Gueye, or to Garner, sorry. And the ball swung out to the left channel for Grealish. He's always the out ball for Everton in the minute. And he's drifting towards Bradley. He's got Szoboszlai there in cover as well to try and block him. Grealish will get the cross. It's deep. It's round the back. It's Kirkez again, who measured it well and put it behind for the corner. And he's done well at the back post so far, and that's certainly the last few minutes. Milos Kirkez, when he's been tested. It was again O'Brien in behind.
And again, Kirke's got his head to it and put it behind for the corner. Jordan Pickford watching on from the far end. He's not been involved in the action very much recently as the ball fizzed into the back. Grealish to have a shot. And he's caught it too high. Goal kick. How long will be added on? You can see this again. It's just caught it on the shin there. Grealish. Difficult as any as a shot to take from that sort of distance. 3 additional minutes at the end of the second half then. So not much, but enough for anything still to happen. Long throw, or long kick there by Alisson. Good tussle there between Isak and the Everton defender and Keane. Liverpool win the second ball, brought down by Bradley. Jinks his way past Grealish, cuts back. Good control by Bradley, and he plays it back here to Gravenberch, who will feed back to Alisson. To Gravenberch. And Ryan Gravenberch on the ball there, wins the player of the match, and I think that's very deserved. It's been fantastic today. Weerts, lovely close control, finding Kirkes to Jones. Yeah, Ryan Gravenberch's been fabulous today, defensively and in attack as well. He set up the second goal, he scored the first. Here's Isak round the corner now. Szoboszlai. Can Liverpool put it to bed here? Szoboszlai behind for the corner. 90 seconds to go. Liverpool with a corner. Szoboszlai telling them to slow down, although James Garner's not happy. Calling for cramp, which his own teammates are not happy with. But he's trying to get himself back to his feet, Garner, and that seems genuine. Or maybe not. Who knows? Hollywood acting, maybe, from James Garner. Corner for Liverpool. They're not going to whip this one in because Salah's come for the short option. So it's Szoboszlai and Salah at the corner flag. He's going to roll it out. Salah. He'll play it back. He felt he was caught and he's going to get the free kick there, Salah. A little too eager to win the ball back there. We're Everton. And Salah wins the free kick high up the field for Liverpool. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you've enjoyed the match, enjoyed the stream, enjoyed this coverage that we've had for you so far, this Merseyside Derby. Thank you all for joining us. Reminder, Man United against Chelsea is a 5:30 kickoff a little later on. And we'll have that for you along with all of the results from the 3 o'clock games. As Liverpool free kick here. Last 20 seconds of the 3 added minutes. It's Szoboszlai and Salah to take this free kick. They're both over it. Far right hand side, right on the touchline. They're going to go short again. Salah. Hold this one up. And hold it back. But Everton will get the throw, I think. Actually not. It's going to be a Liverpool throw. Down the right side. That's fantastic from Szoboszlai and Salah there. Just to take all the energy out of this. David Moyes not happy again on the sidelines, but Everton get the ball back from that throw-in. Maybe one last chance. Van Dijk heads it clear. Back away it comes again. A bit of head tennis as it's bounced in behind, and Van Dijk takes the touch. Rolls it back for Alisson. He just gets it away, but that was far from confident from Van Dijk, who apologises, but maybe there is one last chance. Grealish, one last whip of the ball. Up and away. Bouncing ball. And the referee blows the final whistle as Liverpool win the ball back. And they have won the derby. 5 out of 5 for Liverpool. Impeccable to start this Premier League season. Again, they had to work hard. They had to do it the hard way. But they didn't concede 2 goals. They didn't have to find a late winner. They had to grind out this one. And grind it out they did. Finding different ways to win now are Liverpool. And it's Ryan Gravenberch that takes all the spoils. He scored the first. He set up the second for that man, Ugo Ekitike. And Liverpool were pegged back when Idrissa Gueye got a goal early in the second. But a masterclass in game management from Liverpool meant it was the champions that come away with all 3 points. Everton not happy. But on the day, they played well. But in the end, the result doesn't go their way. David Moyes and Grealish up in arms with the officials about something. They're not happy, I don't know why. Maybe because of those free kicks earlier, who knows. But the Merseyside Derby is over and done on the field. Off the field, the debate will continue. Grealish is really fuming, and Jordan Pickford has to push him away over to those Everton fans in the away end. It's the red side that gets the bragging rights again in the derby. David Moyes not happy, the Everton fans not happy, the Everton players not happy. But in the end, only their second defeat of the season. They have a lot of positives to take Everton. But on the day, it's Liverpool's day in the derby again. And the champions make it 5 wins out of 5. Final score at Anfield. It's finished Liverpool 2, Everton 1. And there you go. That's the Merseyside Derby done and dusted. We will show you the table in a moment, because it is big reading and a big statement made by the champions, you would suspect, on what way this table looks heading into this weekend. And we'll tell you what it looks like. We'll show you the table now. And here is how it looks. It is Liverpool who take a 6-point lead at the top of the league table. They play first, so all the pressure on those below them to try and respond. 15 out of 15. A fantastic start to the season for Liverpool. Arsenal in second on 9. They play Man City tomorrow. Spurs go away to Brighton this afternoon. They can close the gap. Bournemouth at home to Newcastle tomorrow as well. They're also on 9 points. And Chelsea away to United a little later. They're on 8. That makes up the top 5. But a result that goes in Liverpool's favour. It's a derby, so it's never going to be easy. But they had to do it the hard way, Liverpool. Like they probably have most of the season. This one in a different way. Grinding out the result and getting all 3 points. A quick reminder for you of what's to come. Our game of the week this evening. A 5:30 kickoff at Old Trafford. Man United take on Chelsea. And we'll see you there for that one. For now, thanks for your company. I hope you had a great lunchtime afternoon with us. We'll be back this evening. Thanks for your company. It is the red side of Merseyside that will be going into this weekend, the happier of the two. Bye-bye.